Welcome to Say Like a Champ, episode 132. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy back in the building. What's good, Slackers?
Here we go again. Another beautiful Tuesday, another week of sports, and lots to go over. We had a big lineup already, and then some news, broke in the NFL today. Lots of stuff to talk about. So we're going to dive right in here in just a minute, but I do want to welcome in the Slackers that are already with us. Got some people online watching us. What's up? Got some comments already. Mom's with the happy Tuesday. Kelly as well. Happy Tuesday to you both, and thank you for being here. We appreciate you.
Always.
Bobby's back in the building.
What's up, Bob?
Bobby's back. That's what's up. We understand, obviously life happens and life is very busy. So that's why we appreciate any time you guys are able to spend with us, whether it's during the live stream or later on. We appreciate your comments. We appreciate your time. So Bobby, thanks for coming back. We appreciate seeing you here today for sure. So
real.
Anything though you want to touch on real quick before we just dive into our first topics? Anything on your mind that you want to jump off with?
No, man, not really, man. Like I said, a ton of stuff happened, especially just today. I'm saying the NFL, man. It's the first topic, man. So let's get it popping.
All right, yeah, let's do that. And thank you again to those jumping in. We got Pops and Anthony Wilson as well in the building. So appreciate y'all and keep the comments coming. Keep them rolling. We love to have y'all as part of the show. So with that being said, let's get to it.
All right, Strizzy, you ready? We got the flag football championship this weekend, okay?
Got it, coach.
We won 3 times in a row, right? We going for the 4-peat. I got the play, okay? This is going to be the secret play. I'm going to draw here, but we're going to have to burn this board down because we can't let anybody know, okay, what the secret play. Okay, so make sure you're ready to memorize it, okay?
Got it.
It's better than the annexation of Puerto Rico, okay? This has got nothing on that, okay? We haven't named it yet, but we'll figure it out. And boom, that's the play. Exactly, 4-peat on the way.
All right, as you heard, it's game time. You know what I'm saying? And the first topic is NFL talk, like always. We already got a little preview on the cover there. But the big news we got to jump off with, Russell Wilson traded to the Denver Broncos today for 3 players and 5 different picks. This is definitely a shakeup. Russell Wilson, one of those players that was always been in Seattle, been, go Hawks all the way. So to see this move is pretty crazy. But what's your initial reactions on the move?
I think it's huge for both teams. A lot of people can say Seattle won the trade because of the players that they're getting back and then all of the picks. But when, realistically, Denver was a title contender away from, a quarterback, and they got a really, really good one. You know what I'm saying? This changes Jerry Jeudy's production. This changes Cortland Sutton's production. They already got that super stout defense that basically kept them in all their games last year. You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where it's like all those games that Teddy Bridgewater or Locke couldn't finish for them, Russell Wilson definitely will. So, man, I think Bobby already hit it up. The AFC West is definitely going to be crazy next year, man. It's going to be insane.
I agree wholeheartedly. I'm interested to see what happens with Denver because you're right. They needed a quarterback. They have a good defense that keeps them in play a lot. But this move is pretty big. That's a lot to give up, but Russell Wilson, puts them right up there.
Yep.
As was mentioned, AFC West now is really crazy. So I don't know. I do want to get one more, some more thoughts on this. So we do want to add one more member to our panel here. We got Mad Marcus in the building. Let's welcome him to the show as well.
What up, big dog?
What up, peoples? How y'all doing,
What's
man?
good with you? So we got to hear what your thoughts are on this Russell Wilson trade today, for sure.
Yeah, it was surprising. I didn't think Denver. That was a big surprise. I thought he was going to New Orleans, but I guess when I guess when Witchcom left, I can't think of my guy's name.
Drew Brees?
The coach.
Oh, Sean Payton?
Sean Payton. I think when he left, I think he was like, I gotta go somewhere else. I knew he was leaving Seattle though for sure, but I didn't think Denver, like maybe like Pittsburgh, something like that. But I don't know. But like you said, I heard you say earlier, he bring him back, so maybe he'll do what Peyton Manning did, put him back in that position. But I think the division might be a little tough too because you got the Chiefs still there and the Chargers coming up. So I was kind of surprised, but we'll see. But I like it though, honestly though, I like it.
Sorry.
I do too. Denver. It's definitely a change, but something that'll be weird to see him in a different uniform. Right. That'll be something to get used to.
Go Broncos! That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I do want to welcome some more people to the show, though. We got Grace checking in. Hello. We got Belle as well. What's good? Thank you. Welcome back. And Stephanie Washington as well. Hey. Appreciate you all checking in on this lovely Tuesday. So I do think it was a lot for the Broncos to give up. Seattle, is Drew Lock going to be their starter right away? I hope. I think that would be pretty cool. But with these first-round picks, second-round picks, they could probably rebuild pretty quickly. So both teams will be a new look for sure. But Pete Carroll without Russell Wilson, that's kind of a weird thing.
Definitely.
That shows Pete Carroll probably won't be that long either.
Right. He'll probably be out soon too. We also got Georgia waving in the comments. Hello, Georgia. Welcome to the show. I think first-time commenter. So thank you for checking in with us.
Always.
But yeah, so that was the big news of today. The other big thing that came out that we definitely have to talk about, Aaron Rodgers back with the Pack. It was reported earlier today that his deal was for 4 years, $200 million, which would make him the highest paid athlete, the highest paid NFL player, highest paid quarterback, all that at $50 million a year. But he's come out since and said that those contract details are not true, but he is in fact coming back with the Green Bay Packers at least for next year. So it's crazy with this news because we already got misinformation. It's already a wishy-washy situation, which it's been already for for the past two off seasons. So I kind of feel like Green Bay is writing their own. They're making their own bed with this one. I feel like it's going to be the same story every single off season, whether he's happy or not, and them trying to keep him happy. But what do you guys think of the moves?
He did say that he is coming back. He just mentioned that the contract details were not quite, what had come out, but he did say he will be back year 18, all that kind of fun stuff. So, cool. That's what's up. But I agree with you as far as the whole Green Bay Packer thing goes. I talked to A-Dub and Marcus earlier talking about, what they're going to do with Devontae Adams, because if the contract is anywhere near what they're saying, doesn't exactly leave a lot of room to keep others or sign others. So,
I did throw Adams on there because they did put the franchise tag on him today before the deadline.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool.
So they could pair him back up with Aaron Rodgers. So they will have to figure out the cap situation, but they're bringing them back as a duo. So
reach for now. That's what's up, though. That's what's up. They're bringing back the entire team, and I think they win the NFC next year too. You know what I mean? The AFC is so incredibly stacked with every other up and coming and veteran quarterback. I feel like who now is in their way in the NFC? You know what I mean? As of right now, the Bucs are going to look different. Kyler Murray plays well in the first half and disappears in the second. You know what I mean? Russell Wilson's now in the AFC as well. So I think the Packers are looking to take the NFC this year, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? Rams are on the defense though. But to me, that's about it.
Yeah, it's true that they look formidable, but it's hard for me because they've won 13 games the past couple of years. They always do well in the regular season, but the playoffs is different. So we'll see if it's the same old story. But Marcus, what are your thoughts? Were you thinking it was going to be a switch up or?
I thought he was going to go probably to Pittsburgh too. I thought one of these guys was going to Pittsburgh because it goes. I think wherever he go, I think Adam's going to go with him. So I don't know. Him staying there was I don't like it though. You did all that stuff last year and you coming back.
I know. And the year before, not even last year before too.
Yeah, but like I said, I think a couple of weeks ago, the way he's going, his career gonna end kind of bad because you go back to Packers, you guys play well, but not they gotta go to the playoffs at the Super Bowl. It's are you really that good of a quarterback? So I don't know.
Agree.
We'll see.
His legacy is going to come into question at some point. Obviously talented, obviously been up there at the top of the QB rankings his most of his career, but it's like you've only won one Super Bowl. So at what point is that enough? You know, you would expect, like, based on how he's played and his dominance, that they would have done more. So
or just the way he's talked about in general. You know what I'm saying? That they act like he's won more. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
And it's the way he is as a person too. You know, he's not one of those like friendly guys like you could just talk. He's like kind of a jerk too. So when you be that type of person, you gotta back it up. You know, Tom Brady is the GOAT, and he's nothing like that. You know, so if you're gonna act like you act, you gotta be better than Tom Brady. He's not even close.
Yeah. And Pops alluded to that too, kind of on, not necessarily a liked player in the NFL. So we'll move on here though. And see what else is going on. Stephanie Washington she says she's working the WCC championship game in an hour. That's what's up. Have fun with that. Being out there in Vegas, lots of events going on. So that's cool. The opportunities that she gets out there. So that's what's up. Hold it down. And Mom says, can we talk about Jordan Davis at the Combine? So that'll bring us into our next little slide here. The Combine did go down. They did the interviews, the on-field workouts, the 40 times. And the Georgia Bulldogs did really well. Definitely had to shout out, the lineman Jordan Davis. He ran very fast. But overall, I think a lot of the players ran fast. And it shows that, this kind of new generation is like bigger, faster, stronger. And it seems like this year it just kind of stood out more at the Combine, though. Pops and I watched a little bit of the coverage, but some guys probably made some money. I don't think too many guys fell off though. But I didn't get a chance to ask you last week, Marcus. Are you big on like the Combine? Do you like check it out, or is it just kind of
not at all? It's pointless to me. It's my opinion. I just don't think, because people who do good in the Combine, like what you gonna do in the NFL? Like Tom Brady didn't do good in the Combine. Look where he's at.
Right.
So I was never that guy to look at that. I think it's more of the guys that trying to, like, maybe got hurt or didn't have a good year. Maybe they're trying to come back. But if you already on the top, one of the top guys, and you go to we're not really looking at you. I think it's for the guys to show I can cut, I can move, so I can do different things. But if you are like even your guy, your Georgia Bulldogs, I think they already on top of the thing. I don't think they had to do that to show. So I think they would be fine. But I'm not a Combine type of guy at all.
Right.
I feel that. Yeah, it's kind of tough because you're right. At the end of the day, it doesn't really mean too much. But
it's so much could happen in between that too.
What's that?
So much could happen in between that to your mini camps too. So anything could happen in those times. You get bigger and you might get slower. So to me, mini camp shows what it is.
It's like Devontae Adams said, man. Like all them drills don't mean nothing, man. Get out, like as a receiver, get out there and run routes. Like routes matter. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to be super fast as long as you can run good routes and get yourself open. Like that's gonna keep your job. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at some of these YouTube run 4.2s, like that boy Ross from the Bengals. Super fast, but
doesn't always translate.
He ain't doing that. He ain't doing nothing with it. So
right. No, I feel that. But like Kelly said, though, the way Davis made it look easy was crazy, and it is fun. Just I like to see the big guys run. One of these years, though, we're gonna have to do a SLAC Combine and do our own testing. We'll maybe have to have Bobby set that up. I'm just gonna get the sundial out for him. Well, all right, moving on. We did have the franchise tag deadline, and this is a busy slide, but just kind of highlighting the players that were franchise tagged today. But these are the players that would have been free agents, but now they're going to get that top 5% money for their position slot. So a couple tight ends. The tight end market is going to be supposedly crazy this free agency. So some tight ends going back to where they were, a couple linemen. I was surprised, though, that there weren't more. There was only 8 total. These 7 plus Devontae Adams. So not too many people tagged, which means we're going to see more free agents. And this time period between now and the draft is going to be interesting to see how teams try to set themselves up for, trying to get a proven guy, or are they going to try to go to the draft to get somebody brand new? So, so that was that. Not too much to report there. I did want to talk about some other random news, though, other free agency type impacts. The Cowboys, always got to mention America's team. They restructured Dak Prescott and Zach Martin's contract to free up cap space, but it looks like they're releasing Amari Cooper, and they offered a pay cut to DeMarcus Lawrence, but potentially releasing him as well because he did not accept that pay cut. Marcus, as the fellow Cowboys fan in there, I just want to get your opinion on these moves. Are you cool with them releasing Lawrence, releasing Cooper?
Yeah. I think we trying to get somebody. I have a kind of idea. I don't know if I should say it, but get rid of Amari. I don't want to see him go, but he's getting paid too much money. He don't play enough for me. He's a great talent. I think he's good. Anywhere he goes, if you need somebody to play half a season for you, he'll do that for you. I don't think he's there for us enough. And we trying to win Super Bowl. We can't like, we don't know if he's gonna be here or not, and the money he's getting paid. The Mark Lawrence, to me, he haven't done that in 2-3 years, so he can go too. And I think my opinion, I think we're trying to get Jones from the Cardinals. I think that would be kind of dope if you try to get him, and you have another guy, Michael Parsons, on the other side. On the Pro Bowl, they was real cool, giving each other tips. I mean, Jones give him tips and kind of being buddy with him. So Dan Quinn came back for a reason. He could have got a head coaching job. So I think he knows something that's going to happen for us too. So seeing those two guys go, I'm good with that. I don't think we'll miss it too much if we can replace them.
I agree with you. They're talking about they did sign Noah Brown to a 1-year deal, another receiver. Pops was throwing that out there, and then they're talking about bringing Michael Gallup back. So I think Amari Cooper can go, and yeah, maybe if they do have their sights set on another D lineman, then that's cool.
And I think we're really trying to make CeeDee Lamb that guy to the number one guy. So you got to get rid of Amari to make him that number one guy, which I think he could do it too. So
I agree with that. No, I agree with that totally. Other free agent, the first kind of extension type of deal, Mike Williams got 3 years, $60 million to go back to the Chargers. They were looking at franchise tagging him, but they paid him out. That's good pairing with Herbert. They needed that. So,
and he showed up this year too.
He was healthy this year, man. He was healthy. He looked really good this year. I think deserved. When he's healthy, he looks really good.
Yeah. So that's something out there. We'll see probably some more restructuring, some more extensions and stuff like that. But that's big money for him. So congrats to that. And then this last bit of news, Christian McCaffrey, apparently the Panthers are listening to trade talks for him. Strizzy, we need your opinion. We need your thoughts. Is this something that's plausible? Is it something that could happen? How do you feel?
Oh, they've been listening for trade rumors since last year, so this isn't anything necessarily new. It's tough because you know what he does when he's healthy, but he hasn't been healthy. The thing that sucks the most is that Chuba Hubbard the Panthers weren't good in general, but Chuba Hubbard also wasn't very good last year either. So it's tough, you know what I mean? It's just we just paid him. Might as well hold on to him for now. We don't really have much going for us next year. And if they're saying right now he's 100%. He's 100% healthy. Cool. So bring him back and roll with him. You know what I mean? Because other than that, Panthers fans don't really have a lot to look forward to other than watching him and maybe DJ Moore play. You know what I'm saying? So
I agree. That was my thing. I'm they trade him, they better get something good back, or else what? It's not like they have another back right there. They're oh, we're ready to replace this guy. That's all you really have. So
if Chuba would have had a much better season in his absence, I could be okay, cool. I understand where they're going, but you're right. I feel like they need multiple picks, and we don't even have a lot of picks in the earlier rounds this year anyway, because we traded them all away for Sam Darnold and Gilmore, and you know what I'm saying. Yeah. It already sucks. We have our first round pick, and then I don't think we have a second round pick or a third round pick or a fifth round pick. You know what I'm saying? So it's dang, man. So I don't know. I know next year is going to be just as rough as it was this year, but I would hate to see my dog go, man. I love Christian McCaffrey. He does everything right. Everything right.
Yeah, everything except for play the full season. But no, but it'll be interesting. I hope they do get a haul back if they get something back. But yeah, like you said, Panthers fans, that's not a lot to look forward to after that. So
yeah, not for real.
All right, our last story for the NFL is kind of not the best story, honestly. This is kind of a weird story though. Calvin Ridley, he was suspended for 1 year for betting on NFL games. This happened last November. I think it was the week before Thanksgiving. And last year, he played the first, I think it was 4 or 5 games of the season, and then stepped away from the team kind of for mental health reasons. He wanted to just get his head right. So this was when he was away from the team and at home, and he bet money. He did several parlays. He might have been watching Secure the Bag. We don't know yet. But he was suspended for 1 year for betting on the NFL game. So he's going to be out this entire year at least. And I just want to say, so his quote, he came out and he's like, I bet $1,500 on some NFL games. Like, I don't have a gambling problem. But to me, if you're that foolish to bet when you know that the NFL, you can't do that, like you're an NFL player, like you might not have had inside knowledge, but you know that that's against the rules, and to do it under your own profile, your own money, it's just foolish to me. So
definitely,
Marcus, I want to hear your thoughts on this though.
I don't know, man. I don't know how to even start on this, but I'll try to make it stuff funny and stuff like that, because this is I was thinking about betting. I never betted before, so I'm thinking about getting there and seeing that. I'm definitely not ever betting now. So, but I don't get why these guys. I don't know. It just. I guess we have a common sense. I think it's like 50. You got 50. You did $1,500 bet and you lost 10 mil. To me, he's been playing well, but I don't think he's been lead that much. 10 mil for him that's a lot of money to take away from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's stuff like that, and you on your own profile is like, who's around you, like who like, you know what I'm saying, like who's your crew, like stuff like that. You should have a best friend. Like, say if A-Dub was in the league, me and Streets are your friends. We doing that for you, dog. You're not gonna do it yourself.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, hey, I want to do this. Yeah.
If you want something to do, like, okay, I got you, man. You give me, I'll do it for you. Like, you doing it, I don't understand that kind of stuff. So maybe I'm kind of too old school, but that's weird. That's the only thing I have. I don't get it, man.
Yeah.
I agree with every single thing you just said, Marcus. Every single thing you just said.
I mean, that was the perfect way to put it. He bet 1,500. He lost 10 million. Like, for him to say, like, oh, I don't have a gambling problem, I only bet 1,500. Like, no, that's not the point. Like, the dollar value, like whether it was $1 or whatever, like you can't do that. Like, you're risking your career.
Right. So you guys can explain to me a little bit more too, because I don't know that much about betting. So when you place a bet, he put 1,500, he lost 10 mil. So is it like he could have won like above the 10 mil? He would have won it or something. So how did he lose 10 mil?
No. He lost 10 million because that's what he would have made this year.
Also, I see what you're saying. Yeah, okay, I got you.
So you only lose what you bet. You don't lose your potential winning. So it's not like you put a $1,500 bet down and to win 10 million, but he lost, so he lost 10 million. So not like that. So I don't want that to keep you from doing something if you want to do it, because you don't lose money like that. It's basically his contract next year is 10 million. So $1,500 is going to cost you a whole season. That's $10 million without pay. You know what I'm saying? So that's crazy.
Even worse. And he was on that. He was on his way. He's the only guy there, and I don't know, man.
He was playing well in the beginning,
right? They traded Julio Jones, basically to make him the number one guy and to make him the feature. And
he always kills us too. Like, we can't guard him for nothing when we play the Cowboys. They lose, we beat them, but he always kills us. So
yeah. So, but that was definitely an interesting one. I do think, though, the NFL definitely wanted to make an example of him because betting is getting so big. It's becoming legal in more and more states. And they just recently, as of basically like last year, started allowing like gambling ads to be run during football and, more connecting that in and more making it acceptable. So I figure, they're definitely going to make an example out of him on that one. So
and he can't bet on no sports, even though he played football. I know he can do football. He can't do other sports either.
He could bet on I think he could bet on like hockey or whatever, but just not football.
Okay, I got you.
And he bet on the Falcons too. He included bet so you're betting on your own team too. It's like he didn't learn anything from Pete Rose.
I'm surprised he only got a year. Then I'm surprised because it could have been worse.
Could have been worse for him. I agree with that.
Is he a Bulldog, or was his brother the Bulldog?
No, his brother was a Bulldog. He's from Alabama, actually.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. So, but all right. So that was our last NFL thing. Definitely a lot going on though with the Russell Wilson, the Aaron Rodgers. We'll report more on the quarterback carousel as it starts to fall and any other trades that happen. But I think we'll go ahead and move on to our next topic here. All right, NBA talk. We got a couple updates from the East Coast. Victor Oladipo returned for the East leading Miami Heat last night from injury, so to kind of bolster their roster even more. Strizzy, how are you feeling about your boys?
Oh, he looked good. Don't get me wrong, Miami looks good. I mean, in my opinion, try to sound as unbiased as I can. from a basketball perspective, like just overall basketball, I think Miami's playing the best basketball next to the Phoenix Suns. You know what I mean? Just from all around team game, they look really good. I think they have, of their like 40-something win, 46 wins, 47 wins, I think 26 of those are by double digits. You know what I mean? Like, they look really good. And it's been almost 365 days since Oladipo's last played, and he had 11 points in 15 minutes, something like that. And a couple of assists. Like, he looked really good. Movement looked good. He actually bammed on somebody like earlier too. Like, he looked great. So as long as he can keep that health, you know what I'm saying, stay healthy, it's going to be kind of crazy with him and Tyler Hero coming off the bench together. I think Tyler had 30 points in that game. So, man, I like the way they look. I think the only two teams that I really don't want to play in the East right now with the way everyone's looking is the 76ers and the Celtics are the only two teams that really worry me. You know what I mean? But everyone else, not really.
The Celtics is an interesting one. I like that. I had them on there too. They beat the Nets the other night. Tatum put up 54. So they are playing some good basketball.
I hate the Celtics, but they're playing really good basketball right now at the right time. So that's the only reason why they worry me a little bit. They're just playing really good right now.
They shouldn't worry you at all. They just hot right now. They won't last. I don't trust them.
I hope you're right.
I don't trust the Celtics either. I don't like them either, though. So
I can't stand them. I hope you're right, Marcus. They just, like I said, defensively, offensively, they're playing good overall basketball. And I'm not worried about the Bucks, but they can beat us too. I'm just not worried about them. They're so hot and cold lately.
The other team, though, you said the 76ers, they did sign DeAndre Jordan after the Lakers waived him. So that's more reinforcements. That's another big for Harden to run the pick and roll. And they didn't really have a big after Joel Embiid. So
he ain't going to play.
He'll get a couple minutes, 4 or 5 minutes.
He ain't play for nobody else. He ain't going. I don't know why he's still in the league. I don't understand that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like how you have his picture that big either.
It was a nice picture though. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Pop says he can't beat Bucks or Sixers in a 7-game series.
Yes, they can. The 76ers are weaker on defense. They are easily scored upon.
Yeah, they definitely beat the Sixers. I don't think they can beat the Bucks though. I just think the Bucks.
I love you to death, Pops. You're my man's, but
yeah, they beat the Sixers. The Sixers they're another team that's just hot right now. It's not gonna last either. Soon stuff don't start going that way. You gotta shoot the ball. It's not gonna happen.
Right.
The Bucks. The Bucks and the Nets are the teams to watch out for. I think because they have defense, they have scorers and shooters. So that's what you're gonna need in the playoffs. When the game slows down, that James Harden stuff, it ain't gonna really work like they think it is. And you got no shooters. To me, you got Tobias Harris and you got Danny Green. Those guys not gonna step up. So when all you got is Harden and Embiid is not gonna be enough. And that's how I feel. And the same thing with the Celtics. You got Tatum, and then you kind of play defense on him like you're supposed to. Who else is going to step up? They don't have anybody else I don't think can step up. But I think with the Nets, you have Kyrie, you got Patty Mills, you got Durant. You got even saying Rodgers. I think he'll be good for him to come off the bench. I think he'll help him out a little bit too. You got Rodgers. He gonna knock down shots too. So you just think like that. And to me, the Heat have a complete team. They have experience too. People forget about what's the point guard from the Raptors? Kyle Lowry. He's gonna be big, I think, for them too. So I just think I don't know. They got shooters too. They got shooters. They gonna shoot the ball. Like
shooters are something we are not lacking in. We can shoot like
so. I just think that's gonna be the thing with that. And then too, the Bucks, they've been there and done that. So I think they got better too with their pick up with Ibaka.
Keep this in mind too. So like just speaking factual, right? Not again trying to be as unbiased as I can because the Miami's my team. The Phoenix Suns are they're in the top 3 in both offense and defense in the league. The next closest team to them in top 7 in both is Miami. So it's like Phoenix Suns and then it's Miami. So they're just a really all-around good team. They don't make a lot of mistakes either. So the thing that worries me about the Nets though, Marcus, that I will say is that their offense is elementary. Like it's really just they're still at a point where like let KD go out and do what he does. And I think that's what cost them the game against the Celtics is KD went and did his thing. KD did his thing, but nobody else got involved. They were just sitting around. And
Yeah.
When KD misses, fast break and it's a wrap.
Yeah, but you gotta remember, I don't care about season right now. This last 18, 17 games don't mean I don't care about that right now. I'm talking about when you get in the playoffs, it's a whole different thing. This last couple of games, and when you have Ben Simmons on the floor, which he's gonna play, he's coming back. He don't want to play against the Sixers. I understand that. He's not. He's from Australia. He's soft, so he don't know how to deal with that. That's just who he is. He don't know how to deal with that. So go ahead, pass this game up. He'll come back. And the thing is, Ben Simmons haven't played a lot, so and he's not a guy you gonna get in. He got to shoot the ball. He's not gonna score. Defense, he gonna come in who your best player is. He gonna lock him up. Not lock him up, but he gonna play great defense on him. Say you play the Celtics, he gonna give Tatum the hard time. So when you don't have to play defense now, I gotta score a ball, and that's all I gotta do. It's gonna kill you. You know what I'm saying? So things like that. Ben Simmons being on a team is a better fit than James Harden was. So him coming playing defense and dishing the ball off, the ring gonna have to handle the ball more. Imagine he on the ball. How you gonna guard that? And then you got Kyrie the same way. Like it's gonna be hard to beat the Nets. I saw that's with that point there. So that's why I think Brooklyn gonna be hard to beat.
Well, I hope that they do make the playoffs. I hope Ben Simmons gets out there soon. I want to see it.
I definitely. It's not. I think they get the sixth or fifth seed. Watch, they gonna start winning games. They'll be fine. I'm telling you. Soon after the 10th, when he could play because he don't want to play against Sixers. Watch, he's gonna be ready.
Yeah, and that is a point that they did say that he'll be on the bench against when they play the Sixers. He'll be there so they're gonna let him get booed a little bit and try to get that out of his system before he comes back and actually plays. So that's what's up though. That's the East Coast though. It is gonna be a close race though.
Pops is correct on his last statement too.
Pop says Nets are terrible, might not make the playoffs, and he says Suns aren't going to win anything either. We also got Unk in the building. Unk was sending over some topics earlier. And Pop says Nets 3-17 in the last 20 games, and they're looking like the Lakers.
They are, but you got to remember Kevin Durant. They didn't play all those games either. So
I think chemistry is a big problem for them. I think we think sometimes that like a good player is going to come in and just change things automatically, but I don't know, man.
But you got to realize though, last year Kevin Durant just came back. Last year he was a toenail from going beating the Bucks and going farther. You know what I'm saying? And he didn't have Harden or Kyrie, and look what he did. It's one shot. He didn't have either one of those guys. This time he gonna have a way better team. Like he gonna have Rodgers, Patty Mills, Kyrie gonna be back. He gonna have those guys.
Harden played. He just played horribly.
Exactly. He, like I said, all he had.
He just played not good.
He didn't have anybody,
but he was there.
All right. So from one team that's been hitting the skids kind of rough though to another, let's talk about the Lakers though. We just got to get this out the way.
Get it out the way.
Marcus, you've been kind of trying to give me encouragement all year. So I'm hoping you might have a little bit left in that jar. But the question is, can LeBron save the Lake Show? It looks like it's going to be down to him. The other night he goes off for 56. They beat the Warriors. Then the next night he has to sit out because the knee is still sore and they lose to the Spurs. So what do you think is going on though with the state of the Lakers, with the state of Westbrook? You got anything for me?
I'm still saying the Lakers going to the playoffs. Nah, at first I said they can win it all. I don't think they're going to win it all, but they're going to make the playoffs. And I just think AD coming back going to help them out a little bit. Russell Westbrook, we don't want to care about it. That's my dude. He gonna be Russell Westbrook. He having a hard time right now. That's what happened. So it's his first time playing a full year being a third best player. That never happened before. So he don't know how to handle that. When he went to the Wizards, he still was doing his thing to be a key player, but now they don't really need him like that. So, but I think the Lakers gonna make the playoffs, and it just if they play the Warriors, I don't think they could beat the Warriors in the playoffs. If they play the Suns, it could be one of those times when the Warriors beat Dallas that one time. I just think it could be one of those times. So if they get in there, LeBron is fine. And the reason I think they're gonna make the playoffs too, LeBron should have played last night. He didn't play. Like I think he knows they're gonna get in. Like
he's already saved himself for the play-in.
That's what I'm saying. Like he has that's a big game he had to play yesterday. For him not playing, that's why I wasn't worried. I'm like, LeBron not playing this game, so he must know something. Like they think they're gonna get in, dog. I really believe they're gonna get in. I don't think they're gonna miss the playoffs this year.
I mean, it would be a shame if they do. But I don't know. I could see I could see them being in the play-in and maybe not making it out, but I don't know. I don't know. It's rough.
Yeah, I think they're gonna make the playoffs. But like I said, I was wrong about the championship because they're not gonna do that. I really thought that was on. I thought Kendrick Nunn. Is it Kendrick Nunn or Chris
Yeah,
Nunn?
Kendrick Nunn. He still hasn't played all year.
All right, I thought he would be back by 9, shooting. Elton would knock down shots. Melo, he's trying. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to do his thing. I just thought all those guys and Risa, I think all those guys will play defense and shoot the ball when they need to. But they ain't got and Tucker, I thought he would do something too, and he's not doing nothing, man. Pops, you might be right then. That might be what he's doing this.
He's prepping. He's making his plans for the off season.
Yeah. I think they don't win this. I think LeBron won't. I don't think he'll win another one if he stay with the Lakers though. It's gonna be too much, man. You gotta think about it.
I know. That's the hard part. Like, I want the Lakers to get one more just so that they can officially top the Celtics and have that record. You know,
I think they will, but I just don't think with LeBron. Only and the main reason this disappointment of the Lakers is Anthony Davis. Like, he ain't that same guy. He's lost it. Like, he's gonna be like, I don't think he'll ever recover either. He just soft. Every time you see him, he's on the floor. He's getting hurt. He's not playing hard.
They haven't signed him yet, right? They were waiting, or something. He like declined or something.
No,
like that,
so they did sign him, and he took the money. Originally, they were saying, you know, oh, he's probably going to take a short deal so he can be like with LeBron and kind of keep bringing up his deal. He took the big deal because he knew he was injury prone. He wanted that guaranteed money.
Okay, I remember when they were talking about the talks at first. He was talking about waiting because, you know, there was Chicago talks and stuff like that, but I think that kind of went out the door when they basically signed all the people. But
I think LeBron disappointed. I think he disappointed Anthony Davis too. I think he's really disappointed in him. Cause I think he won a championship was like, cool, I got my ring.
Yeah, I came here to get what I came to get. You know what I'm
saying? Like I think he's cool with that. I got me a championship, even though that was a in the bubble type of thing. Even though
he's like, I'm down in the history books though. Yeah, like, I'm good now.
Like, because some people have that fight in them, you know, and they come and try to, you know what I'm saying? Even when he gets, like us, when we get hurt playing sports, we're going to be like, oh, okay, I'm hurt, but I'm going to do. When he gets hurt, he's like, oh. Like, you know, I'm trying to fight that. I'm cool. Play a little bit, then like, okay, I can't do it. He's holding this. He's on the, he's too big
it's
for
every
that,
bump
man.
and bruise. It's every time.
It's just too much, man. So.
It's crazy with Russ too, man. Like me and Ada talked about this like I think a week or so ago, and I was talking about like them just making Russ their scapegoat. Like, imagine being the third best player on the team. You're a point guard playing with essentially another point guard. You're averaging 18, 7, and 7 and 43% from the field. 43% is not great, but it's not bad either.
For him, it's great.
Right? You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's what's frustrating to me is like, oh, it's Russ's fault. Russ don't fit. I'm like, he's playing very well for a 34, however old he is, you're a point guard in the league, like his like 15th season. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like that's what bothers me. It's just like let's really look at the player who's not putting in what he should be putting in. To me, that's AD, man. Like, I don't know.
I was gonna say, I think the Russ has been an easy target though too, because you can see that the pressure bothers him. He's the one
so he normally don't shows it, but they interviewed yesterday how he was saying that Westbrick is really getting to him. How people saying that and like coming the death threats like that. Yeah. It's like, man, even though I don't think that you gotta take it serious, but sometimes non-death threats it's just like a thing to say, you know. So I don't think it go that far, but. It's just like when you shoot the ball, you hit boos and all that. He never experienced stuff like that, you know. So it's just like, and he does it every year. He does stupid stuff, turn the ball. That's how he is. He play like that.
He plays too fast,
But being on the Lakers, that's a historic team. They won the winner. Now you can't do that kind of stuff. And that's what I just think LeBron wanted him to come over there because I thought him and AD they would work together. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron can do his thing on the other side, but AD not playing like he's supposed to do. I think he messed the whole thing up. You know.
Yeah.
So it's like, man.
We'll see.
I will say this though. I don't know how bad LeBron's knee soreness is, but that game against the Spurs was a big game in my opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
You're like 2 games out of 11. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when he was happily just enjoying his popcorn and chilling, you know, just promoting the shot.
And him eating that popcorn like that, that's like, come on, LeBron, dog. Like, do the Westbrook or something, you know, sneak and get that. But he having a good time. Like
Spurs just got you. The Pelicans just smacked you, and both of those teams, like one of them's in front of you, I think, and the other one's like on your butt. You know what I'm saying? So it's like,
And I think him playing a little bit, they could have beat the Spurs. I think they would have been because they played the Spurs and they played Houston next. That's 2 wins you could have got. You know, it's like I said, him not playing. Maybe he knows something. Like Pop said, maybe he getting ready to get on that boat,
ready for vacation.
Yeah,
I hope not. But the Spurs are the team though that did take them out last night, and that was actually a history-making win for Greg Popovich. He tied Don Nelson for the most wins in NBA coaching wins in NBA history. So his next one, he'll be all alone. So that's what's
that's
up.
Crazy. Don Nelson. I didn't think he had that many wins. You know, because he don't have any championships. He have any championships?
He must have. I would think. I don't know.
I don't think he hasn't. Maybe it's assistant coach, but I'm saying that head coach. He never got one. So I'm like, how did he get all those wins?
It's funny. He been coaching so long. Maybe he got one before we were born. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, maybe so.
But like,
I didn't think he was that much older than Pop though. I don't remember him getting all those wins.
From when I was, from when we were watching basketball, like he didn't win with the Warriors. You know what I'm saying? He didn't.
So no, it says that he didn't win one as a coach. He won one as player with the Celtics.
Yeah, we know the player.
Yeah, definitely, but it looks like none as a coach. So
that just surprised me when I heard it too. I'm like, Don Nelson is like that many wins, like that. Cause Pop like he been like that's a hard way. He been coaching a long time with good. It take a long time to get there. I seen him get those wins, but Don Nelson, I'm like, I know he Golden State, he in the Mavericks, right? Like, I don't remember him. He ain't had no elite teams to me. The Nuggets, okay, maybe too. But I'm just saying, none of his teams was like elite. Like to me, I thought his best team was that year they beat Dallas, right?
Right.
So I just
but I don't know. His coaching career though was long though. That's the thing.
Oh, okay. That's what it is.
They listed as his coaching career from 1976 to 2010.
Oh,
not all those as a head coach, but sometime in the 80s he started as a head coach. So it's the longevity.
Yeah, that is long. I didn't know he coached that long. Okay,
that's crazy.
Did he coach the Nuggets? Can you see his years? Like, did he coach the Nuggets?
Let me see, because there's so many to scroll through.
Did he do it when Montomo was there? Maybe
he was the Mavericks, the Warriors twice, the Knicks.
The Knicks. I know he did,
and the Bucks.
Okay, yeah, Pops, right, Bucks, yep.
Yeah, Pops on top there. We gonna start asking Pops for stuff instead of asking Anthony. We gonna.
Hey, where you at, Ant?
Because Pops be on it.
Oh, definitely. He knows what's going on. Okay, so I want to answer a couple questions from Unk before we move off of NBA talk. He said, is Zion playing this year? It doesn't look like it.
Do y'all know the reason why, though? Is it? I know he's probably got bigger, but you think he really want to be gone or something? Is that what the main reason why?
Yeah, I think that's part of it, though. But they said he's had setbacks, right, in his rehab.
Yeah.
I did an interview with God, what's his name? McCollum. Is it from Trailblazers? Yeah, they did an interview. They said he said I called him. I've been trying to get to him. Like it ain't working, man. I'm like, dang, that's crazy, man. So
yeah,
that's extremely unfortunate, especially like when you look at the Pelicans right now. Like they actually look pretty decent. You look at what they could be, and even how good the
foot or the jambalaya
last year. How good he looked. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you want to go to the Knicks just because it's a bigger venue, like. That's it. And
if he's getting criticized in New Orleans with the parade flows, what are they going to do to him in New York?
Exactly.
Is it foot again, or is it gout because the gumbo and the jambalaya?
It's all that. It's all that.
You know, he got gout.
Well, we'll see though. But I love the way the Pelicans are playing, like you alluded to, Strizzy. It's for me. It's Brandon Ingram. You know, that's my guy. So
yeah, he's so
exactly.
Man. It's just. I was so wrong. I'd say Kuzma's definitely better than Ingram. I was wrong in the mud. If last year Ingram was there, they beaten the Suns. Like,
yeah, it would have been totally different. But there's no way they could have held on to him, unfortunately. So
yeah, you got paid.
So that's that though. There'll be a rush. You know, there's about 5 weeks left in the season. So it's getting down to the nitty gritty though on basketball talk, and you know we'll be revved up for the playoffs. That's when it really gets going. So
for sure.
I know later. Remind me to mention Ingram for later. I know he's in the next segment, but I was going to ask you about him in the next segment.
Okay, cool. Let's hit that then.
So what's next again?
Other sports?
Oh yeah, other sports. Okay, so not football.
Yeah, not basketball. We did that already.
Oh, okay, like hockey.
Yeah, like hockey. Feel me?
Okay, like
Oh, like baseball. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Like soccer, right?
There we go.
Like soccer.
Like other sports. Okay. Other sports, real quick. MLB is still tripping. The MLB Players Association came back with a counter proposal to the proposal that they had last week on Sunday, and MLB said this is actually a step backwards. This is like farther away from a deal than closer. So more cancellations are expected. They had set another deadline of today to see if they were going to have to cancel it, but nothing's been announced. But they've so far canceled the first 2 series, which is about 6 games. So basically the first week of the season canceled already. So
when they come back, do they have to do a spring training, or they do go right straight in the season?
So they said they need some kind of a spring training. The players have asked for like 4 weeks before the start of the season, at least, to get ready. But it might not be spring training like we know it, where they come down here like to Phoenix and to Florida. It might just be where they're like doing spring training in their home stadium and then maybe playing a couple exhibitions with teams that are close by. So it could screw up the whole like spring training economy that we have going on and and having the teams here. So
I think I already did that already. I think that's done, right?
Yeah. I mean, it was supposed to start a couple weeks ago, so we already knew we were going to lose it, but just how much of it, or will there be any? So is the question now. So that's MLB. We'll continue to kind of keep everybody posted on if, and when a season might be scheduled. Over here we've got UFC. I did want to talk about UFC. Covington beat Masvidal, and I thought Masvidal was better than that, but he kind of got beat down.
I know. I'm like, what's going on? Like,
help us out with this one, Strizzy.
So Masvidal is just a striker. He doesn't do very well against.
I didn't know that. I thought he was like legit, man.
He's just a stand-up guy, man. So like, it's the second you can get him on the ground or anything, like it's kind of game over. He has like no wrestling, no real jiu-jitsu. Like it's just all striking, man. And Covington's a like gold medalist, like all pro, like wrestler, like dude, like real, and he can strike too. So he just one of the things where I think Masvidal at this point is just kind of becoming kind of like a second to kind of like Conor McGregor in a sense. Like it's just his name, you know what I'm saying? At this point, he makes fights, but I think he's at the tail end where he's just gonna start getting beat up.
Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't know he had that many losses either. I'm like 11 losses. Yeah. God dang!
He's been fighting for a really long time though. He's been fighting for a minute.
But that's a lot.
And it's tricky too because sometimes they'll show only like their UFC record, not like their MMA record. And so they've been in like other leagues and had more fights sometimes. So and I do think that UFC is tricky how they try to create stars, and they'll give us that name recognition and build it up like when they're ready to like hype a play like a fighter up, but they never last too long. That's the hard part,
For sure. I mean, like I think his MMA record was like 30 something wins and like 15, 16 losses, but UFC wise, maybe 20, if that, maybe not even 20 fights. You know what I'm saying? So like he's just always down to fight. He just rarely ever says no. So.
Dang, he said he fought Kimbo Slice on the streets on YouTube. I didn't know that.
Dang, that big old dude. Shoot. Yeah. No wonder he's where he had then fight. That takes balls, dude.
Yeah. Unc asked, "Is John Jones coming back to MMA?" We hope he can get his everything together long enough to get it worked out, because he was supposed to be going to heavyweight and potentially going up against Ngannou. But that was all rumor that they can't schedule anything because he keeps getting in trouble.
Can't put them drugs on.
Yeah. So the other thing here, let me see. Oh, for some reason these labels are popping up like this. My bad. The other thing we're going to talk about real quick is soccer. So the soccer team Chelsea, their owner is Russian, and he's basically been being forced to, or being heavily suggested to sell his team. Dang. Because they don't want him like owning those assets. He's denied any ties to Putin, and I feel like this is kind of whack for him to just be like, because he's Russian, like they're like, yeah, you got to get rid of your team. But one of the people potentially looking to make a bid is the Jets owner, Woody Johnson. So they're trying to get into the soccer game. But this dude Roman Abramovich, that the Chelsea current owner, he's gonna make plenty money, but I just don't know if I like how I feel. It's just kind of weird. I know that the Russian and Ukraine situation is very complicated, but they're basically like, we're not doing business with Russians anymore. So he's gonna have to sell his team.
It's one of those things, the good stuff for the bad. So
yeah, I don't know. But on to a more positive note, Tiger Woods, technically a 2021 inductee into the World Golf Hall of Fame, but they just haven't done the induction yet. The induction is going to be this week at the Players Championship down in Florida. And he's going to be having his daughter actually introduce him before his speech. So that should be pretty gangster.
He's going to cry like a baby.
Yeah.
Like he really loves his daughter like a lot. Like, yeah, that's it. When he talks about her, he kind of gets emotional. So I already know when she gets it's rap. Because you're gonna have to feel your dad not being there, you know what I'm saying? Your daughter's doing that, the issues you went through, the wreck, you know what I'm saying? So all that's gonna kind of come on, but it's gonna be a real powerful though. Like, even though he don't have the most, Jack had it, but he's the greatest golfer of all time. Anybody you ask, they'll tell you that he's the greatest, you know. So it's gonna be amazing. Yeah, and it's kind of cool too. 'Cause I think this might be the only sport you can get inducted to the Hall of Fame and you still can play. Like he's still gonna be playing golf. He gonna be in the Hall of Fame. So it's like normally when you get in the Hall of Fame, you when you're in the Hall of Fame, you're done. You know, you're not playing no more. You know, but when you're gonna be Hall of Famer coming to the tee, you know, like that's gonna be kind of cool. Like he's still playing. So like I said, he's gonna get that record too. So that's why he won't say it, but that's why he's still playing because he wants that record.
Yeah, eventually he'll see himself in a position to win another major.
Yeah, he's definitely
I agree with that. So definitely shout out to Tiger though on that. He stays in the news, and eventually, hopefully, it'll be for golf too soon. You know, it'll be in the news because he's golfing. And also Tiger, if you're listening, we're still waiting on that mini golf place. You know, it's supposed to be open in the fall already. Where's it at?
Yeah,
like, we're ready to go. So
we'll see. I think we should get in his inbox and kind of ask him what's going on with that, man.
Yeah.
But
Pop says Tiger up says give Tiger his flowers now. He's definitely gonna start getting them on Wednesday. Mom's asked what was the Mickelson controversy. So
you know, okay.
Well, yeah, so I want to get your take on this too, but basically he's kind of been in hot water because there's these I think they're Saudi Arabian people that are they're trying to start basically an alternative golf league, and they're ready to come out and pay money for a premier golf league and
Super League.
So they want to. They're basically Phil Mickelson is like been one of the most open players to say, "Hey, I'm listening. I'm willing to listen to these guys." Because he wants it to to push the PGA to do better. Because basically the PGA has run golf without any opposition, like any way they want to. So they're trying to, you know, come in and offer way more money and lure the best players away. So he was talking about, you know, oh, these guys might not be the best guys in the world and they're kind of bad people, but I'm still willing to listen to them. That's how much I care. And people are upset with that and, you know, kind of want to sit him down and kind of straighten him out, if you will. So, Marcus, what was your take on that, though? You have anything else?
You're exactly right with that. But the thing with it kind of backfired on Mickelson because I'm pretty sure they offered him a lot, so he had to kind of go out there. But him being an old head, these younger players are better than you. They're not gonna listen to you. So it was like a Roy McIlroy when they say something like this. The younger guy probably listen to him, but they don't really respect because he's another guy like a Aaron Rodgers. He's a jerk too. You know what I'm saying? He's like the type of guy. So they don't really get along with him. So him trying to get the other players to come over with him, it's not gonna happen. And it's definitely not gonna happen now. They picked the wrong guy to do it because like I said, he's a little jerk. You know what I'm saying? He kind of pokes the button and he loves like the Shambo. You know, Shambo had a little issue with people. So you know it's kind of like.
Agitator type.
Yeah, so and then people don't really like the Shambo. So, like I said, they probably pick the right golfer maybe to try to get people over there. It would work, but now I think it's never going to happen now because, like I said, Rory McIlroy, John Rahm, those guys are the number one guys. So they said they're not ever doing it. So. And they also said the issues with PGA, like they gotta fix things. And I think right now with this going on, they're gonna fix it now because you can see what's going on. So all I gotta do is fix the problem. That we're back to being all good. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's probably gonna happen. But I think Mickelson might be done too. I don't think he probably can come back because the PGA gonna be like, hey, you trying to go over there? We don't want you over here. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
So and he knows that now. So now he's gonna really push it. You know what I'm saying? Because he want to play. So now he can't go back over there. So I'm gonna do all I can to do it. But it just he's thinking more and more right now. So
yeah. He didn't have the ground to stand on.
Yeah, too bad
did.
for him. Yeah, he tried. So,
that's a rough one for sure. So that was the Mickelson controversy. But thanks, Moms, for bringing that one up because that is an interesting story, and I think there's still a little bit more. We'll see what happens with that.
Yeah.
Next up, I have NHL on here, and this is not really anything too crazy, but they made this big deal about how they're coming out with the new Stanley Cup playoff logo. So in the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the Stanley Cup playoff logo, the new one. They were making this big deal, and I saw the logo. I was like, it's
like
clean and everything, but
look like the Lakers logo. It look like the is it the Los Angeles logo, the black and silver?
Oh yeah, it kind of does look like it kind of does. Yeah, you're right. So I immediately went out though. I was like, I need to see what the old logos were looking like because I didn't see what it was a big deal. So I pulled this up. Thank you, sportslogos.net, for giving us all the logos so we can kind of see how it's changed. But their big deal was they were like, this is the most photorealistic version of the cup, and we want to be more authentic. So, so that's that. But if you guys hear any talk about that, I'm like, what was the big deal? Like, it doesn't look that much different from the other one, but I guess that's.
I thought you were going to say that they're going to change the cup from being something else. I was like, dang.
That I don't think they would ever change the cup, but that would be crazy. But a couple other stories, real quick, interesting stories for NCAA. We had Duke, Coach K's last game, and apparently the report is the most expensive ticket was $79,000 that somebody paid to watch that game. Still just boggles my mind. That's a ticket price that blows like Super Bowls out of the water and things like that. But over 100 players in attendance, former players, came out to support him. But I do have to mention they lost to North Carolina, so that's kind of a funny way to send it off,
Yeah. And that's how I was bringing up Ingram. I was hoping to see the younger guys to go back to Duke too. Like Zion should have been there. You ain't playing, so why you wasn't there? You know what I'm saying? RJ Barry, I think you could have flew out there. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I'm saying that you guys are like last 5 years that type guys should have been there. To me, I just think those guys. You had some great guys there, but I just think Zion, RJ Barry, Ingram. I think those guys should have been there. It'd been kind of cool to see those guys in there. But
if there was a Nets home game, Kyrie could have flew out.
Yeah, I forgot. I'm tripping on Kyrie too. You know what I'm saying? He could have probably been there. You know what I'm saying? But look who's in the front. Like, come on, man, get out! Come on, Cook. You ain't.
Well, that's what I was gonna say too. That's what I was gonna say too. Though it's like, Quinn Cook, like he's the only former player that's not playing no more. That's like, I think he's in the G League, so he's like, I can make it. Like, I'll be there.
But you watch the whole the game, the whole environment. He was always trying to be like, hey,
extra.
Look at me. Like, come on, Cook.
He's probably still trying to get back in the league. He's like, don't forget about me.
In his head, he think he's like building on LeBron. Like that's in his head. Like you hear him on Instagram and stuff. He be talking crazy, man. I'm like, dude, you never even started in the league. Like, why are you talking like this? Like he talking crazy sometimes.
You're not that guy.
Yeah, you're not that guy. And he'll cuss you out. You say he ain't that guy either. But the whole thing was cool. But I'm just like, this new generation, there's no way Duke lose that game. There's no way. It wasn't no hard fouls. It wasn't no like let's go, guys, to get out together.
They
like
to go out for their coach.
You know what I'm saying? Do the little hole like they normally do the little hole. They known for doing that. They didn't do none of that. I'm like, what is wrong with y'all, man? Like, what's like? And then after the game, they were laughing while they were doing the speech. I'm like, y'all don't look mad at that. Y'all look like this new. I'm not old, but these new guys, they different, man. They different. Yeah. There's no way I'm gonna have a hard foul on somebody. I'm gonna get ejected from the game. That's how we lose the game. But not just like being soft like that. It was just, come on. And Coach K was pissed. Like he was so mad. Like that's why he went to the mic early and was like, "Hey, I don't like what just happened." Like he old school. You know what I'm saying? He was mad. I felt bad for him because I'm like, he got to come back next year and try it again. You can't go out like that, man. All that money again. All that money I paid, y'all don't lose this game. Like, come on, no, we're not losing this game, man.
Yeah.
So
I feel you.
You got to win the tournament now.
You have to. You have to.
You got to. Ain't no coming back.
Yeah.
It's crazy though, but I think as a UNC fan, I'm not really mad at them losing, but like I feel like UNC they wanted it more. Their tourney berth is on the line. Like they had to win that game, and so I feel like they were a lot more hungry. Like I was actually thinking like Duke was gonna win, but it was gonna be close. But like UNC smacked them.
Right.
It's just outplayed them, like you said. They wanted it more. Like those guys, soft, man. They guys, I ain't too soft for me. Definitely. I just wanted to see something like do something crazy. Like that's why we lost the game. Our best player, he got ejected or something. Like y'all lost, y'all all were there. Like what is this?
Right. I was
saying.
surprised with that too, though, and I'm glad though that Coach K didn't like let that slip, or he didn't try to act like that didn't just happen.
Right.
So some other there's some talk in the comments that we're gonna get to just in a second too about Brittany Griner, but I did want to talk about Coach Deion, Coach
man,
Sanders.
That had me cry today, man. That was
very interesting news, and this is part of a documentary, an interview he did for a documentary that's coming out later this week. But he did reveal that he had to have 2 toes on his left foot amputated because of complications from his foot surgery. And so I put that picture up there because we have seen him like all last year. He missed about a month. And then the rest of last year, he was like he had like all these different like badass vehicles, like to bring him around and like, little scooters and stuff. But, they did talk about how his foot was still healing, but, never knew or realized the level of things he went through. He had 8 different surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
And he even talked about how he had like a brush with like painkiller addiction and like how he had to really fight to get off of the meds that they put him on. So just kind of sad news about Deion and kind of what he went through. So I'm interested to hear more about it, honestly.
Yeah, it was sad. And you can go on Instagram today, and he actually showed it. Like he didn't actually go, the camera didn't go on it, but it showed like his 2 toes is missing. His big toe and his second toe was like pretty much gone. And like he really didn't say too much. We saying he was hurting anything like that, like say surgeon like that. But I didn't know it was to that point. And like when you lose a toe like that and you lose 2, you'll never like walk the same. Like people don't realize how, even though it's a small thing of your body, but that's a big part of your foot.
Yeah,
and you need that to do it. And especially who he is. This is the greatest cornerback ever. Like nobody will beat a Deion like that. He's Showtime. Like that's who he is. So you can just see he'll be an old guy still trying to get his groove on like that. But now he gonna always have that little limp thing, man. You gonna always remember that of Deion. I hate that for him because I love. He's like my favorite football player ever. Like there'll never be another guy to take his spot. But it just like, man, if Deion it happened to Deion, imagine the other people. You know what I'm saying? Something like that happened to like we don't know. So you don't, even though you got the money, you got the fame, you don't escape stuff. And people have a lot of money, but health is really important, and that's what you want to have. So I just pray for him. Because like I said, he's a exciting. He's not old. He's an exciting guy. He want to move around, and for that to happen, man, and it showed him. He looked down. He said he never seen it before. He looked down and looked at his foot, and he's like broke down, man. I was like, man, it's kind of taking me out, So it's just like, man, I hate that.
Yeah, definitely sad news. So, but we'll see more about that documentary. I'm kind of interested to see a little bit more about that. But like you said, they'll kind of never be the same for him, and we'll always kind of think about that. But wishing him the most recovery he can.
Mm-hmm.
But all right, so the other one is Mom's asked about Griner. What do you guys think about Griner? And Unc was not aware of what Brittany Griner did. So the situation with her is she was in Russia, and she had some cartridges, some THC cartridges on her, and I think she had 3 total cartridges in her luggage when they were checked. And as Pop said, he actually did check out. We checked out the video. So the video shows that the dogs did not alert on her luggage. But they did open her luggage, asked her, exactly what it was. And she's being charged with basically trafficking. And she's been on lockdown in Russia since like middle of February now.
And they don't know she's coming back right now. She don't know.
They don't even know her whereabouts. They have no idea where they're holding her.
Well, they posted a picture of her today. So, but it just they said they don't know when, like, and to me it's like, why?
And from in my perspective, like I think that she really probably forgot what she had on her, and that's probably just how she moves, and that she just got caught up. But I'm not exactly sure. But the way that they're charging her, it could be up to 10 years per cartridge that she had on her, which to me that's extreme. But obviously it's a different country. Like you don't know, And these are the type of situations where I think we appreciate some of the laws we have here, even though our justice system ain't right either. But facing 31 years for this, and it's extremely unfortunate the timing of everything that's going on in the world right now. I believe that they will keep her as far as they can because they're controlling a potential asset that the U.S. might want. So, and here we go. So yeah, Mom's mentioned, she says she may become a pawn in the Russian sanctions by the U.S. and And it's crazy. Like, but I think that they will be like, this is somebody that is of notable, some type of perceived value, right, to the U.S. And now in that situation, so she's caught up.
Maybe she'll be there long enough, and she can play for the Russian team and get them Olympic gold, and then they let release her.
So, they're like, you're Russian now, you're squad now.
If you win this gold medal for us, we will let you go. If you don't, you get another 31 years. But no, I don't think she'll be at 31 years. I think she could do about a year though. She might be up there about a year.
Yeah,
it's just like, man, I don't know, man.
Bob says U.S. will get her out.
Yeah.
And Anug said Russian government capable of doing something stupid, and that's the thing. That's the crazy part. But for her to be put in that situation, like, she's probably so upset with herself. Like, this is the worst time for anything like that to happen. So
for sure.
And the bad thing about it is they can't stick her out because she's so big. They don't know who you is. You can't get snuck out.
And she's big over there because she makes more money playing in Russia than she does here in the WNBA. I mean, she's a champion in Russia too in their league, so they know who she is.
Yeah, man. It really kind of sucks too, though. It's like obviously I feel real sympathetic for her because that's just a horrible situation to be in altogether. And she's known to go on to Russia after the WNBA season ends, to play there. But it's kind of like, I just feel like even though like the bombings like that just recently happened, like the stuff between Russia and Ukraine has been going on for a little bit longer than that, and there were already issued orders to not travel, through Russia and the U.S. at all. And then a second order went out even after the fact, and I just feel like she just should have never gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, get it, money is. You know what I'm saying? That's a sensitive subject, you know what I'm saying? But I just feel like you should have never been there, you know what I'm saying? Like, just keep yourself out of any trouble you could have possibly gotten into.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Well, hindsight's 20/20 on that. And it's an unfortunate segue. I didn't mean to do it like that at all, but we did want to acknowledge it's International Women's Day. So we want to shout out to all the women out there, especially the women in our lives, and all the things that they add, all the contributions that they add. So definitely want to say shout out to all the women out there, especially we got lots of women on our show.
Stephanie, Grace, all y'all, man.
So we appreciate y'all. And with that, I think that's pretty much our final say, though. I know we did a lot. We went over time today, but I think we covered a lot, and I'm glad that we were able to make it happen for you guys. We do appreciate, we appreciate y'all rocking with us every single week. So the comment section also too, y'all held us down. You guys passing information back and forth. We love that. So love that.
Hey, Pops, you went crazy today, Pops. You was on it today, Pops. I liked it.
Love it. Yeah. I love it. Pops is in there today. He was answering questions. He was in there.
Hey, is it okay to ask what's the MW3? What's that? Is that Call of Duty?
That's like his code. That's like his code. That's like his little so he's MW3. So
okay. 3 is it?
That's like his operator code.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
That's like his little tag or whatever.
I thought it was something else. I'm like, what you got there, Pops? Back in the day, you took out. Nah, I'm playing.
I do want to mention I haven't been doing my couch guests like consistently as I should, but today we've got this is the Red Panda, and this is from the Turning Red movie, Pixar movie that's coming out Friday. So I definitely had to get this. I mess with Pixar. They usually don't make any story that's whack. So
yeah, they don't miss.
I'm gonna be checking that out. I think it's coming straight to Disney Plus too. So we in there. We gonna watch that with the kids. So that's what's up. That's who we got on the couch guests, and I'm gonna try to bring y'all more couch guests this year for sure. We'll keep that rocking. So.
And also shout out to your YouTube page. You went and got your it's called a baby. What's the baby? What is it called?
Oh, the Droid Baby. Yeah,
Droid Baby. That whole experience was. I'm not into that, but I would definitely do that. It was kind of cool how you got your pieces and you put it together. So,
There was a lot of
people want to watch that, man.
Thank you though for mentioning that. Yeah, the video actually has done like way better than I expected. So I appreciate everybody that's had a chance to check it out. And if you haven't, if you want to check out my YouTube, that'd be great. I'm going to try to be more consistent with the videos because I've shot a lot of footage over, the time, but not put everything out. So we got a lot of Legos to build too. So we're going to keep that moving for sure.
If you notice how my chair just went all the way down, so you guys want to do charity for me a new chair. Like this chair is done, man. You see how it It embarrassed me on live feed. Like, why would you do that? You were good the whole time. And I was like going slow.
The GoFundMe is open. The GoFundMe is open for
Trust me, this shit will be on solid road tonight. You gonna embarrass me? I'm gonna embarrass you. You going to the cold tonight.
You're on your own chair. That's what's up, though. But no, I appreciate y'all for Marcus's chair and for all your slackers out there. That was episode 132. It's your boy A-Dub.
Hey, boys, Drizzy.
Hey, happy International Women's Month. We love y'all. We would nothing without y'all. We won't be here without y'all. Thank you.
Absolutely.
You're right.
And you say the truth.